it's Kali here with Kali's.com, and today we're going to make the cutest welcome to your beehive hive. We're going to take this sign and make it really special and add all the cute elements that, you know, will set it apart from other people who have the exact sign. So all these supplies are available at Kali's.com, and if you need the link for this, make sure to just let us know in the comments. Please like and follow, subscribe, do all the things so you can learn more from us. And let's talk about the supplies we're going to use. Don't forget you can text us at textkali.com and get on our notification list, because you would have got a notification that this new video is out and you never miss another video. The supplies we're going to use, we're going to start off with the Bee Hive hanger. We're going to use a couple of floral sprays. These two are the ones I'm choosing because I want to pull out, of course, some of the pretty yellows from the sign, but then we're going to add a little touch of red, and I'll show you why, because we're going to add another little sign to this project too. We're going to add some dimension, and look at this sweet little bee. She's got a touch of red. So that's what's going to work so great with the red poppies and adding that color. And we'll just need a little bit of wispy greenery. So we went with this asparagus fern just to get a little touch of that look. So those are the main supplies you're going to need. You'll also need some scissors, a little bitty block of foam. You might have a little block laying around. And that's what we're going to use to kind of get our base started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to attach that additional bee. So that's this bee. This is all lightweight. It's kind of like a foam core material. And I'm going to hang her where she is going to go right here on the side of the hive. I want to try to keep her weight a little bit to the center so she doesn't get too uneven. When you make a door hanger and you add embellishments, you got to watch the weight. So you just add some weight to both sides. So we don't need her little hanger. I'll take that off first. We'll get that little piece. You can just cut it really close and no one will ever know. So I'm going to put her to the side. And now let's take our little block of foam. I'm going to dip it in some glue. And we're going to kind of come right, I think right about here. You can lay it out first and decide. I'm going to get her at an angle where I can still read hive and go down. Okay, so I'm going to take and dip this in my glue pot, which if you've seen other videos, you know I use an electric skillet with hot glue. And I'll always stay with that skillet to make sure it is safe. Okay, I'm going to take and just go right here at the bottom. Okay, and just push that in. Now, I didn't talk about moss earlier, but we're going to need just a little touch of moss around that glue. I use moss to hide the hot glue. And so this is just my normal, this is the chartreuse color moss we have in the store. I'm just going to tuck it in around. There we go. And just tuck it all around. There we go, nice and tight. And you can always use floral pins if you want to pin any of that in too. Those look like this. They're a little U pin. You can get those at your craft store. I'm going to push them in just like that. I'll put a couple in there. And let's go on the other side here. Push that one in. Okay. That's great. And if you wanted to, since this is a foam base, what you might do is take a couple of pins and just pin at an angle into the base also. So you've got some going through the hot glue into the base, just for a little extra security. All right. And don't push all the way through. We don't want to shoot through the back of it, but just angle it in. All right. Now my base is just great. It's ready to go. I'm going to get that bee on first, this bee right here. Okay, so I know I want to kind of keep her weight to the middle and give her a cute little angle, like she's coming out of the hive right there. Isn't that cute? That'll be perfect. So that's going to be right around here. And I'm going to glue her on, and then we're going to pin her from the sides just to catch her into the foam. So let's put some glue right here. I'll just use my bamboo stick, and I'll put it in my glue pot, and I'll bring out some glue. So you'll see me bring it over. And then we can just lay it right onto the foam. Okay, and just wiggle that on. Get a good amount, because we don't need to be stingy in this situation. Make sure we're going to get it to adhere nicely. So hot glue going on. And it's warm. You can move it while it's warm. Get it right where you want it. I'm going to bring her down a little bit, because I want to keep her weight to the middle, but I want her to go down. So I don't want it all to be over here. I want to move her over. Now, while that's hot, grab a couple of your pins. And we're going to use 2 more floral pins, if they'll come with me. Here we go, guys. Here comes one. All right, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of her foam and push it into my foam. So it's kind of like a backup plan. All right, in design school, I like to teach you to make stuff that is going to hold up well for your customer if you're selling your pieces. We teach Etsy and Makers University. We like for you to learn how to make things really well and how to sell them too. Look at there. Isn't that precious? And it's okay that it hides the hive a little bit. That's fine, because when it's hanging, you'll be able to see it just great. All right? So look at all the dimension we've created. This is killer. This is so great so far. Okay, I'm excited. So excited. Now, we are going to be decorating around her in a second with the florals and stuff. But let's get our first floral top piece here going. Let me grab a couple more floral pins because we're going to use these to pin stuff into the top too. That's really what's neat about these bases is you have, somebody grab a handful. You have the option to push right into them. Okay, you could take this off, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave the little bow that's on there. We're going to tie our own bow in a second. But let's start by getting some of the florals in place. So I'm going to start with this pick here. And we're going to trim it. You will need some wire cutters to trim your floral stems. They're kind of a staple in floral design. I'm just going to trim this short. Took that off. And I'm going to shape this with, I need weight on this side, right? I'm trying to even out the weight. So I'm going to put maybe these two here. I can bend this stem down. And I'll tear this one off. And let's cut it just a little bit shorter. Because I don't want that stem sticking up. Kind of naked there. We don't want that. No naked stems. So I trim that. And we've got this side by side. Let's have that go. A little bit of weight on this side. And we're going to have more weight on this side. Okay. So these two will go over here. There's going to be a bow up here. It's going to, oh my gosh, is that cute already? The bow will hide the mechanics right here. So let's go ahead and pin that in with your floral pin. I'm just going to dip it in my glue pot, so I'll take it and just give it a little swirl around. And go pop it right in here. Going in. Don't go straight to the back. You've got to go at an angle. We don't want things shooting out. And let me put a little bit of, let me put 2 pins just for safety. I'll put one on both sides. So remember, more weight on the other side. We're trying to keep this from being lopsided when you hang it. So all that means, just add a little more floral to the other side, or add a little more ribbon to this side. So that way it will hang really cute and pretty. If you needed to cover any of this, our bow is going to cover it. But if you needed to cover it, you could cut off a couple of these little leaves, or you could just take and put a flower right in the front if you're not a ribbon person. Okay? Pretty easy. Now I just want to add a little bit of the fern look up here too. So I'm just going to take and cut off a piece from our bush. This is our little asparagus fern. And take and pull it. I think it's asparagus fern. Kind of looks like that angel maidenhair fern too. All right, and I'm going to add a couple of these little pieces, and all you've got to do is just push them into the base. I'm going to take and add a little glue to it, and then you're just going to take and push them into the edge right here. Okay, just push it in. 1. Remember, we want the weight on this side, so 2 of these over here. Just push it right in. If you can see any of the glue, we can hit it with a little moss. Isn't that sweet? And I like to break the plane of the project. You'll hear me say that in our floral design class. I like to have a wispiness kind of coming over the piece. So let's have 3 on this side. I'm going to use all 3 of these over here. Just pushing them in. And you can make it as wispy and dainty as you want. Or you can take and not have that if you don't care for that look. All right, so we'll have a bow here in just a sec. Let's work on our florals down here at the bottom. So I'm going to grab my other floral stem, and this time we're going to just break it completely apart. 1. And you can just pull. Really easy to pull. When something is wrapped with paper, you can pull it. You don't have to cut it. They'll save your hands. I do recommend holding onto those stems. We might need those for another project. Let's take and shake hands. We're going to fluff it all out. So that's another thing that people in design school are always hearing, the ladies and gentlemen. Our KDS Blue Merinos, as we like to call them. Cleese Design School Blue Merinos. So there's a nice red. Okay, I fluffed that one. This one's got a little bit more of the orange yellow, which is a pretty contrast between the two colors. Okay, and this one's got a mix of both. So on this side of the project, I have a lot of red. So I think I would like to bring the piece with the orange up here just to add some change, okay? And so this is going to kind of come up from here. I'm going to take and fluff it just a little bit. Same thing, shake hands. Let me trim this off, keeping that nice and neat and clean. And I'm going to come out, and I'm going to stick it right into the foam. Remember, we have that little block of foam. Hold on to the foam when you're sticking it in. You don't want to lose anything. I'm going to lean down here and get that just the way I want it and press it in. Fantastic. And I can take these flowers and move them around. This is shooting off a little bit higher than I want it. Not a big deal. Just go trim it. I trimmed that piece off, and I'm just going to put it in right beside it. Anytime you need to make it a little shorter, you can easily do that. Just pop it in. Yes. Cute. I'm going to bring her little antennas forward because, once again, even though she's at the front, we still can have dimension everywhere. All right, now we need to really add our weight going to the center and down, so we want to go a little heavier with the floral down here. So here's our longer piece with the red, and let's use it first. I'll have it kind of coming down from Mrs. Little Bee. I mean, have we turned this into something special? This is just was a regular sign. No, it's like a work of art. Pressing it into the foam. I'm going to tuck that down and just, you know, it's all wires. You can manipulate it where you want it to go. Look at that. Cute. Oh my gosh, my sign is going off the table. I got so excited. So we got all that in. And the third piece, I'm going to put it down here also, just kind of coming down off to the side. That might look good on the door from any angle. All right. And that will come to the middle. How cute. Holy smokes. Okay. Now we want to go ahead and add, we've really made it look sweet. Before we put our ribbon in, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and finish up with our fern and soften the lines of everything with this fern. I'm just going to trim off a couple of big pieces and we'll start to add those. These are just fun projects. I love to give you really simple projects that kind of look a lot more complicated than they are on these videos. So, I think you'll enjoy it. And I always had good luck selling this kind of stuff because it tells a story. And not everybody wants a floral wreath. Sometimes people want something whimsical also mixed with the florals. And that's basically what we're doing. So I've cut these a little bit longer from a little bit above my wrist. And I'm going in the glue pot every time, guys, before I put these in. We'll take this piece and we'll kind of come around. And I don't mind bringing it up, too. I don't mind bringing it up at all. I'm going to take another piece, and we'll come up here to the top and move it in. Right up here. Just press it in. Kind of go up. So we're just softening everything. Then a little piece over here. I'm going to try to keep that weight to the center. Give it a twist. And then what you can do when you're all done, you get the bow on, you're all done. You can hang it, and if it needs to be a little bit more weight on another side, you can add a little more to it, okay? So it hangs properly. And I'm going to come down here in the center and go down. I need a little longer piece for there, too. I'll put these two short ones, but then I want a little longer one to go into that zone. We've got plenty on that bush to cut. That is so cute. All right, let's cut a long one. You can play with this and be as intricate as you would like. These little details are so much fun. Look at there, I'm going to wrap it around her antenna. Like she's coming out. All right, let's see how long that would be. I think I'm going to go right here. It's a little bit longer. This is so fun. This is turning out adorable. Adorable. Let's bring this in here. I'm going to hold on to the foam while I'm going in. And then we can just kind of mix those. Look at how cute it is. So cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do the bow. Let me put her to the side and we're going to make a really cute, just kind of simple and whimsical. New word, simple. All right, let's get the bow going. So I picked out the red and black, and this is the same ribbon we used on our bee hanger kit. So if you got that kit or you want the bee door hanger kit information, let me know, because you would have this ribbon already left over because you only needed a little for the bee project. And then I'm adding just a touch of red to pull out the reds in there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the black in the back. And these are going to have really short tails. I don't need a lot of tail. So let's go with about 8-inch tail. Okay, and I'm going to cinch it. Just scrunch it up, like pleat it, and twist. Okay, I'm going to do my first loop. And this is probably about 6 inches, I would say. Cinch it. Let's make it a little bit. We better make it at 7, because I want to put it right in the center. 7, cinch, twist. And then just make these match. Just eyeball it, make them match. Okay, and there's our second tail. Now, I'm going to have the tails go up and down. So let's go ahead and have that tail go up and this tail go down. And I'll just trim this one right there. All right, next, the yellow ribbon. And I'll have this tail just be a little bit shorter. And I'm just going to lay it right on top of the other. I love this with the other little yellow polka dot. All right, cute. And we're going to just do 2 smaller loops. You can definitely make this on your Easy Bow Maker or any bow maker if you prefer. No problem. It's just a simple, simple bow. So I was trying to do it by hand so nobody had to have anything special to make it. So 1 loop on each. Just try to get them even. That's a little too big. I'm going to scrunch it back. Yep, that looks good. Okay. And then I'm just going to use the red pretty much in the center, so I don't need it yet. I'm going to cut this at the same angle. There we go. And we're going to we just need 1 cable tie to start, because we'll be pinning this to the top. So in this particular project, the bow is not a big part of it. It's just this cute, whimsical addition. So hold it in your hands and fluff it right now. Got my loops done. Whether you're using a bow maker or by hand, you have to fluff it. Really cute. Oh, that's cute. Love it. Now, let's go ahead and take, we need to put a floral pin in the back, because we're going to push it into this foam base. Okay, so grab your floral pin. Push that in there. Just go around the cable tie and now just get it tight. Okay, trim that off. And you got your little pin sticking out, so my wires are good to push in. Now I'm going to take and we're just going to add a pop of red to the center for fun. I don't need that much. Probably 12 inches would work. Okay. And let's just take and fold it over. No, I'm going to leave it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to fold it in the center. But I think I'm going to leave the little tails going is what I decided. It would be cute to just have them coming out. Kind of like the ends of a bandana. When you do your hair, just have them popping out. So I'm going to take this and rotate it to the front. So the little knot, well, the knot could come out the back. You can do it either way. I'm going to put the knot in the back. And these little tails just pop out like this. But if you wanted, that could be in the front too. So there's our little pop of red and yellow and black and white. Cute. Okay, now we're ready to put that on here. And I'm going to go kind of angled slightly. Let's see. Slide that over a little bit. I think I would like it maybe right there. And we can slide this back so you can see the welcome a little bit better. I'm going to go right at the tippy top so that the tails don't cover it too much. I want them to cover it a little. All right, I'm going to just take my bamboo stick and bring glue to this. So I'll just put a little glue on the little pieces of metal. And then we'll push it in. At an angle, once again, we don't want to shoot through the back of the project. Look how cute this is. Super cute. This is super cute. Can you believe we took and made that fast? This is precious. Y'all, in under 30 minutes, you can make this for your door. You can make these to sell. You can make these to give away. Don't forget, if you're in design school, you can always use your discount coupons and codes on all of our products, as long as you meet the order minimums. And you guys, if you ever want to join us and learn more about floral design and actually learn all the tricks and tips to placement, not just me showing you where, but me telling you, so you can learn to make your own decisions on your designs, we'd love to have you. You can get on the wait list at Kaliz.com. Don't forget to get on our text list at textkali.com, and we will tell you what's new, what's coming up next, because we don't want you to miss all the fun. Okay, see you soon, guys. Have a great day, Bloomerinos, and go have fun with flowers.